Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So guess what? If y'all don't notice, something is off, okay? My ring light gave out. It's the cord. So until I get another one, I'm gonna have to make do. I actually got my lantern light right here. I love my cage lantern light. And I have my ring light, my camera ring light up here. I was gonna turn on my studio light, but I really didn't want it to look white in here. I was like, I want it to be cozy, so I got the back lights on. I got my lights up here. And it's a lot of dim light. The only white light is the ring light I got on. That's from my camera. So I was like, okay, mellow, because we're talking about crime. We're talking about a young girl who vanished after a sleepover at her stepdad's house. I got a lot of questions already because I don't know. I feel like it's weird. Until I know the story, I feel like it's weird to drop your daughter off at the stepdad, depending on how long they've known them. A lot of mystery, okay? And my goal of this video, because this is going to be a long one, is to I want to make sure I'm going to get my clues like I'm doing now. I'm going to put my clues up here and my theory up here. Once I hear, I'm going to give a theory at the beginning, okay? Once I hear the overall story, okay? I'm going to like the little backstory at the beginning. I'm curious if I'm going to be right, okay? But yeah, I'm excited I'm excited because I love true crime, but it's always sad, you know, people pass away. Young kids should not pass away or get kidnapped no matter what happened. I want to know if they found her or not. So that's what this video is, okay? So let's get into it.
On Crime.
The first I'm thinking like, she ain't really missing. Once they really set in that, can't nobody find her. That's when it hit me.
A 10-year-old girl vanishes without a trace.
There are just an outpour of people that are instantly troubled by her absence. It was something that we had never seen.
And mounting circumstantial evidence cracked the case.
You saw your sister? People ask me. You were the key to finding your sister. You want to bring her home? Yeah, hashtag bring home.
Yeah, Roman's over here. What are you doing, Roman? Come on, get up here. Go back up there.
Hey everybody, I'm Jesse Weber, and welcome to Crime. This is where we break down the most compelling and memorable true crime cases from across the country. It is a parent's worst nightmare. A child disappears, sending their world completely upside down. And on July 10th, 2020, in Davenport, Iowa, that is exactly what happened. A 10-year-old girl suddenly goes missing in the middle of the night.
911, what says emergency?
My daughter was spending the night with my son's dad and my son, and I had went into work, and he had just called me and told me that he don't know how long she's been gone.
Frantic mom Aisha Langford calls 911 to report her daughter, Breasia Terell, has disappeared. She had been spending the night with her half-brother, 8-year-old DL, and his father, 51-year-old Henry Dinkins, at the apartment of Dinkins' girlfriend, Andrea Culberson.
In the way.
He doesn't know how long she's been gone or what she has done or where she's been going. I haven't even got a call from her or anyone else.
Aisha arrives. She still has her name tag on her work uniform.
Roman?
So
Yo, he always do this. Come on, get up here.
To come up and deal with this really troubling phone call that she received from Henry Dinkins saying Breasia's gone.
When investigators are first called to the scene, they view this as a missing child. They've got Henry Dinkins and Aisha saying, we don't know where she is. And through body-worn camera, we see these two people outside kind of yelling at each other, and the officer there trying to keep the peace but also gather information.
That's the stepdad?
Your mom? Yeah. Henry lives here.
She's the landlord?
Yeah, so this is
Wait.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said landlord. I think that's what I said.
Henry, so this is your girlfriend's address here?
This is crazy, man.
Who is he? So, like,
You know what I'm saying? I know she want hysterical, big brother.
that's the mom.
I think the most troubling component to this was the unknown. We quickly learned that she was a small child. She was somewhat hearing impaired and vision impaired.
This was one of the first times that Breasia stayed in this location. Where could she have gone if she doesn't know the area?
Who have you called? What doors have you knocked on?
I don't know these people out here. At first, I was riding around looking. And my son started riding around looking.
Okay, so he said
We
that.
called family.
I've called everybody.
We've been everywhere. We've been everywhere.
Aisha's emotional response, I think, is very typical. My child was under your supervision, and she's come up missing.
First of all, she would have never woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. She would have never.
What you mean? 8 o'clock in the morning.
That ain't
what I said. I never said.
Guys, this isn't the time to fight.
Exactly. I don't give a about you walking. You lost her though.
Shut it up,
Because you was watching her, Henry. What the do you mean?
But hey,
I'm gone, sir. Come on, D.
listen to me.
Her
Whoa.
anger at him for how he's handling this situation, I think, was very, very warranted. As a mother, you're feeling very frantic. Your child's missing.
For Henry, his attitude is kind of like, why are you mad at me? I'm trying my best.
You guys got to come together right now. This isn't a time to fight about it.
They should be talking to the police.
How am I supposed to? What do you want me to do? I got no picture. I got no. What do you want me to do?
What am I supposed to do?
Right. I get it, Henry. I get it.
All I can do is look.
I get it, Henry. I understand why she's upset, but when I'm trying to help, she can't run away from me. I don't.
And deal with the issue.
Yes.
You got to keep a level head.
Mr. Dinkins?
Okay, let me pause this real quick. Okay, look. Jeez. First of all, why are they walking away from the officer? And then the officer, I think, officer. You gotta find your child. It's time to look for your child. Don't be walking away, especially when I get her, or I understand her anger. He kept on saying, why are you mad at me? Bro, she's staying at your house. Sir, she's staying at your house under your supervision. First of all, are they not together? Because it's the stepdad, so maybe they used to be together. Look, I know people have good relationships, but if we're not together, I'm not letting my child stay at your house. I really want to know the relationship between that, because that's already weird. I know that they probably had, if they was together, if say a stepfather, so obviously I'm pretty sure they're close, they were probably married or something, I don't know. And that was her half brother, so obviously I think they was married. But they probably had a good relationship. I'm sorry, I still would not be that comfortable leaving my child with him. That's just me and safety, okay? I don't know about all that though. But I feel like everybody say they look everywhere. There's no such thing as looking everywhere. It's like you can only look so far until you get help and the police, and then they can start doing a full search. But I don't understand why he was getting mad at her. Yeah, she's under your supervision. Her anger was 100%. I would be the same way. I'm like, where's my child? But they need to work with the police so they can get this started. That's the only way.
Sets forth the notion that she wandered off. So then law enforcement familiarize themselves with the child. Is this the type of child who is prone to do this? Is this a child who has a tendency to
She's so
run
pretty.
off?
You guys never heard her come down and walk out. There's no forced entry or anything like that. Was there any fights or arguments or anything last night?
Who is she?
Where was she sleeping at?
Okay, so she was there too.
So she was sleeping in the bed with her brother? And you guys slept out here?
Miss Langford talked about relative to Breasia. That is not my child. My child doesn't wander off in the middle of the night. She's scared of the dark and she won't go out
Yeah,
in the
that's her
dark.
daughter. She know.
Do you know if the door was locked or anything?
The door is always locked.
It may have been locked last night and she unlocked it, but was the door locked when you...
Now, that part, I cannot answer.
Okay.
Why
But
not?
then let's say the child came out and maybe there was a third party who might have taken that child. It's a very methodical process where they're ruling out one possibility after another. And every time they took steps to explore a possibility, nothing developed, nothing developed, nothing developed.
Ma'am, you haven't seen a little 10-year-old black girl with long dreads walking around anywhere, have you?
Oh my God, I'll pray that she gets found and I'll be on the lookout.
Yeah, she will. We'll find her.
They were doing a massive canvas in that whole area around that apartment complex. Ideally, you will find somebody who witnessed or observed something and nobody saw anything.
There are just an outpour of people.
She don't look like
that
she
are
would run
instantly
away.
troubled by her absence. She was a very inspirational person within her groups of people, and we saw that.
I feel like every time somebody go missing, of course, you gotta rule that out. But a 10-year-old girl, the first thing, I would not think she ran away. Well, you know what? Maybe because if she was staying with him, he looked nasty too, y'all. Okay, he just looked I don't know, he looked like something. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's just, I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility that she could have run away and wanted to go back home, but I can't see it. She looked like, her mom said that's not like her, and it don't look like it would be her.
Around this community,
I probably wear glasses now, y'all.
to people assembling thousands
We're keeping
of
them on.
flyers.
Sorry.
It was something that we had never seen.
With Breasia nowhere to be found, investigators need to sit down with the last known person who saw her, Henry Dinkins.
Look at him.
But now, he's fallen off the map.
He
gone?
their contact with Officer Burkle.
He knows
just
something.
leaves, and he's just missing. So law enforcement is inquiring where he's at. Miss Langford keeps calling him. Miss Culberson is calling him.
After several stressful hours, police finally catch up
Where's
with
she
Dinkins,
at, bro?
and he shows up at the station for questioning.
Well, I didn't see your phone call. I just answered it just now, did I? What type of info? Like what? Like what?
As a prosecutor, my opinion.
I'm so confused on why he's wondering why everybody want to talk to him. Okay, she was under your supervision. She was staying with you, sir. Of course, y'all, first of all, I just really love the glasses. And without the ring light, y'all can actually see it. And it's cute with and without. Sorry. But also the hair, I cut it, y'all. You can check that video out. But look, she was under your supervision. Why is he so worried? Why they want to talk? Everybody want to call him. You're the number one suspect in everybody's eye, especially since they couldn't find you. Where were you at? It's like, yes, everybody want to talk to you. You know what? I'm already mad, and I already got my theory. Let me go on to say it. I got a feeling he did something. Okay, I got a feeling he did something because he's acting too suspect right now, and he's not trying to help. I'm like, this is this woman's daughter. She was under your supervision. Number one suspect right now. Is it Henry?
Yes, but the only reason he presented was because he knew that if he didn't go down there, it would be extremely suspicious.
Yeah.
I was gonna come down, man.
It just makes it easier when you just can make contact with you right away.
But I was right there with the officer when he called.
Yeah, but then you left.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing.
And it made me mad because she was, basically blaming it all on me.
Up next, the clock is ticking, and detectives need to get to the bottom of Breasia Terell's disappearance.
Because I never known Breasia ever leave. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Never, ever leave. I never.
Somebody saying never so much.
Anyone you can think of that would try to take Breasia?
For what reason?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
What about her
July
dad?
10th, 2020, Davenport, Iowa. Investigators are desperately searching for 10-year-old Breasia Terell. Breasia and her half-brother DL had been staying with...
Okay, and also, let me hurry say this one, because I'm going to let it play for a while after this. Okay, the fact that he just said why and, for what, look. Okay, first of all, they need to get the real dad involved if he's alive. He needs to be up here. Every family member needs to be, that's who they need to be talking to. They be moving too slow to me, okay? I know because he needs to be in there because it's a stepdad, and he's not the step... You know what? And if you're not talking to that person no more, they're not stepdads, okay? They're not even half brothers. Y'all know, no more related, okay? I think people need to get that in their head. That wasn't your stepmom, wasn't your stepdad. If they're not alive, if they're alive and y'all broken out, y'all no more relations, okay? I get it, but no more relations. But yeah, get the family members, because maybe it's like you maybe think somebody took her, maybe she went home at night. That's what they need to do. But of course he needs to be here because he was the last one. But I don't understand why he came out saying who want to take her. Dude, this is a missing little girl. They got to go by every little thing. I feel like I'm a detective right now, y'all. I really feel like I'm a detective.
The boy's father, Henry Dinkins, at his girlfriend Andrea Culberson's apartment when Breasia
That was a
vanished.
girlfriend? I thought that was the mom.
Breasia's mother, Aisha Langford, is in hysterics over her daughter's disappearance.
I don't give a about you walking. You lost her though. Because you was watching her, Henry. What the do you mean?
Detectives are questioning the last person believed to see
Oh, my
Breasia.
notes, y'all. Oh my God. Let me get my notebook. Let me get.
This is crazy, man.
Okay. So let's start out with yesterday.
Yesterday, Lil Dink wanted to come with me.
Okay, Lil Dink is
my son.
Your son.
I raised Breasia.
So Breasia are kind of what you consider your
My
kids.
kids,
Is that
they
fair
my
to
kids.
say?
They my kids.
Okay.
He's not, what anyone would probably want to recognize as a very active father, a provider. But Henry Dinkins was somebody that has been in their life since Breasia was a little child.
Okay, I guess.
Henry Dinkins is somewhat transient. He doesn't really have a home in which he stays in permanently. He spends some time at his girlfriend's apartment, and he also has a trailer close by in Davenport. But we also know he has a criminal history, convicted of sexual assault of a 5-year-old for when he was 17 years old.
Stop right there. And first of all, let me find my pen real quick, y'all. Hold on. Okay, I need to reset I need to reset everything, okay? So much stuff has just changed in my mind. I don't care what you do. Never leave your child with a sexual predator. I don't care if he was 17 and that child was 5 at the time of that crime he committed. That's what you do not do, ma'am. Mothers do not. I don't care if she raised him. First of all, that relationship, if it was me, would not even started. If I would have found that out. Let me write my notes, y'all. We got Henry, the missing. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, so he got a criminal record, bro. I get it. You was in her life this whole time, but I don't wonder how she found this dude. Let me let this play while I'm writing my notes. But that just changed so much. His name is Henry. Oh my God, he's a suspect. That's just what it is. Okay, I'll let it play, y'all.
Who picked them up?
Me and I. I'm trying to stay cool right now. Me and I used to, I had seen them, and they said they wanted to come and spend time with me. I picked them up at Aisha's mom's house.
And what car were you in when you picked them up?
I don't know. I think it was the Impala. I don't know. We went to the house. They started playing the games at the house, and then they took their showers, and then they got into bed. Me and Andrew laid down. I got up. I left. When I came back, I did a little look around. I didn't see Bree. I went and looked for Bree. So I only seen Lil Dink in the bed.
So he said he then jumped in the car, kind of expanded his search around the neighborhood. He comes back to the apartment and goes back out searching.
When I came back, Andrea was up. She like, what's wrong?
And then what'd you tell her?
I didn't tell her nothing. I was just like, man, right now I'm frustrated, I'm looking. I should have said something to her, but I assumed that she knew. I'm like, man, something ain't right, you know what I'm saying? I was freaking out a little bit.
If he's saying that he woke up and the child's gone, what is any normal human being going to do? They're going to call that child's mother right away.
Yeah.
What else are they going to do?
Exactly.
They're going to call law enforcement right away. So when he's not reaching out, that right there raises a big red flag.
When I came back, I grabbed Dink. I texted his mom, like, Bree's missing. She like, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. I'm like, man, no, I'm not playing with you for real. She was like, you're responsible, and you know, and it made me feel so bad because I am responsible, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was like lost. I didn't know what to say to her. I was lost for words. I couldn't even talk to her really. And she was yelling and screaming. First I'm thinking like, she ain't really missing. Once it really set in that, ain't nobody find her. That's when it hit me. She's listening.
You now know that everybody knows that you're the last person with her.
Yeah.
And she's nowhere to be found.
Did you have your phone then when you were looking for her or no?
No.
They can ping his phone. They can ping his phone.
You know what I'm saying? Finding her was the concern, for sure.
Investigators seem to be underwhelmed by Dinkins' story, but his strange reaction to this next question only casts more doubt.
I love the light too, y'all.
Would you be fine if we downloaded the phone to have the call logs and the text?
For what reason?
To corroborate everything here.
I can just show you my phone.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? You want to
But you could delete stuff, sir.
Open up my phone and let you go on my phone.
What's the passcode to your phone?
Just give me my phone and I'll open it up for you.
He seems to be very concerned about, well, what do you want to look into my cell phone for? Why do you want to find out where the car is that I was driving? He seems to be both willing to give information, deflecting when they get to certain points, but also trying to befriend the officer
Why are you looking at me through my passport?
Well, that's what I asked.
No, I said I will open it for you.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to give you my passport.
Okay.
Why are you still watching? I don't want to open it now.
He's so suspect.
Not if he's staring into me while I'm trying to get my number.
What I'm doing is I'm making sure that you're not going in and deleting anything. That's what my concern is.
Why would I delete something?
You never know with guys. Trust me. It happens.
It boils down to, is this a man who's had a number of run-ins with the law and just doesn't trust them?
He looks
Completely
like a
understandable.
suspect.
Or is he hiding the truth?
Is that a mugshot?
I don't understand how I got suspicious with my own kids, man. These are my kids.
And you have a history with
We learned
kids.
through this early season that cell phone data is not an immediate help to us. We don't have any good information on that for those overnight hours and what was going on.
Where is the car currently?
It's reachable.
Reachable as in.
I can get it to you guys at any time. If you want to search the car, I can bring the car to search.
I received a phone call from a patrol officer that had located a vehicle that was known to be driven by Henry Dinkins. That vehicle was located in front of our library. He parked 2 blocks away from the police station and walked up there, and we have parking right in front of the building. That seems like a concerted effort to conceal your vehicle.
You're breathing kind of heavy. Is it? Is this?
Thinking about my baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Okay, I gotta pause it, y'all. My head is hurting. Like, I've never been so stressed out watching something. This just giving red flags, like, everywhere. Red flags are just everywhere throughout this video. He is such a suspect. Okay, I'm just confused on, like, why he was... The whole thing, like, he is so suspect, y'all. We got him nervous about showing his text messages. What are you texting? Like, why won't you show him? Doesn't nobody care if you're looking up stuff. It's not about that. It's about finding the little girl. Like, he don't want it, like the car situation. He literally said it's reachable. What the heck does that mean? And then you park 2 blocks away. Yo, this man is so, he is so weird. This man, grown man, fake crying. Yeah, red flags are all over this video. This is a crazy case, y'all. I'm like just so shocked and my head hurt every time he talked because he just looks so suspect. I'm waiting for a twist in here because I got another theory, y'all, but I'm gonna hold that to see, okay?
It's rough, bro. It's rough. Even though she's my biological, but she's still my baby.
No, she's not.
What do you think happened?
Big bro, I don't know. I'm not gonna even try to even put a finger on it. I don't know.
There's a bunch of people right now at the department going out there trying to do what we
I
can.
hope, pray to God that they find my baby. You know what I mean? Because you need her home.
Definitely.
You don't.
Yep.
Coming up, authorities speak with another key witness, DL, Breasia's half-brother.
Oh, it was bleaching on. Did you ask him about that? I was afraid he was pathetic.
What?
Why were you afraid of your dad? Because he's mean. Because he lost my sister.
She feels some type of way behind it. She's like, Henry, you should have had more of a watch. I ain't never have to watch my kids like that.
July 2020, Davenport, Iowa. 10-year-old Breasia Terell disappears from a sleepover with her half-brother DL at the apartment his father, 51-year-old Henry Dinkins, shared with his then-girlfriend Andrea Culberson. After the girl's mother calls police to report her missing, authorities set their sights on Dinkins, and they feel he knows more than
He knows
he's
a
letting
lot.
on. So investigators need to speak with someone else who was there the night Breasia disappeared, DL.
Your daddy picked you up last night. And then what happened when Dad got there? He told me to brush my teeth, and then my sister came. He said she don't mind if you come. Did she want to go with him? Okay. My nana told me don't go, and she went. Where'd you go right after Daddy picked you up? We went to go get him some cigarettes, and then we went to his girlfriend's house.
DL, he's very energetic. He has a wonderful mind, and he remembers things. From talking to his mom, we know that he really idolized his father, But DL also understands that his sister's missing, and he is hurt by that.
What did you guys do last night?
Played again.
And where were you playing that at?
In the living room.
Okay, who was in the living room with you?
And yeah.
Where was your daddy?
In the room with Bree.
What was he doing in the room with Bree? Was he sleeping?
No.
Was the door open?
Yeah.
Were you sad that he was playing with her and not you?
Yep. With Matt.
One of the things that I noted was the fact that his father was in the bedroom sitting with his sister rather than spending time with him in the living room. I really felt that the observation had a lot of significance to what was going on.
What did you do after that?
We ate dinner, and then we went to bed, and then I woke up and she was gone.
Did you go looking for her?
And then when we got back, I think he told me he was close.
Did your daddy drive you anywhere?
We went a couple places. We went to go fishing with a couple people.
This morning?
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was in the car.
What?
Did you actually see your dad with fishing poles? Or did he tell you he went fishing?
He told me.
To explain to a little kid that's got a million questions, probably about where we going, where we going, what we doing. If you're Henry Dinkins and you know that you're going back to a body of water, that's at least a logical thing.
Check the water.
But you know, DL never talks about seeing fishing poles. He never talks about going fishing. He just was told he was going fishing.
That's when DL shares a shocking detail that sends detectives into a tailspin.
Did you see your dad get anything out of the car?
He grabbed some bleach, and what I saw in his trunk, he pulled it out. It was a knife. And then he washed it off.
Washed it off with what though?
Some bleach and a rag.
When detectives find the motorhome and search it, they do find a squirt bottle of cleaner that contains bleach. They find a machete.
Oh my
and
God.
That seems to bolster the credibility
Oh my
of
God.
DL's memory.
Do you know where he went?
Okay, hold on. I'm about to start crying. I don't know why. Oh my God. I pray to God. I don't even think about something like that happened to her, okay? Oh my God. Okay, first of all, when they said knife, I'm literally thinking a knife, not a freaking machete. That is some dark stuff. I'm not joking when I say I'm about to tear up. I pray to God that's like normal. I'm not trying to mess up my makeup. This is so sad. It's like, it's like, there are some sick people out here. And I pray to God that there's a twist in this because this is already dark. He's like the #1 suspect. Where are you going fishing? Like, why are you taking your son with you? And like, this little boy remember a lot. Like, I don't know. I seen that machete. Just, oh my God, this is so freaking crazy. I'm gonna have to wait to leave my thoughts with her later, y'all. This is so sad.
Did they take you that way?
I don't remember that way.
What if I drove you down?
It's a long way.
That's okay.
I don't remember.
So
Just the place that he got stuck.
he got stuck? His car
He
got
needed another push.
Was it by the river or by a creek?
Water.
This has got to be red flags just flat.
Oh, they're
in the air,
everywhere now.
For investigators to say he must have stabbed her to death. And he must have dumped her body by some body of water.
Detective Obert and Detective Hammes loaded him up in a car with Miss Langford, and they said, let's go for a drive. I could not believe the child's like, oh yeah, this business here. Yeah, we passed by this fast food place. Oh yeah, no, back up. No, we turned here.
As investigators continue to search for Breasia, the pain of her disappearance is felt most by her friends and family.
There's behind the scenes type stuff, okay?
So
We're doing
sad.
search warrants, we're doing pinging the phones, okay? Obviously Henry ain't talking. Everybody is working on it, okay? It doesn't end, okay?
I know, but it's 9:31 and I haven't heard from her.
Okay.
I can't go to sleep with that.
That's her daughter. Oh my God.
It's 9:30 and she's nowhere.
In this moment, you see the breakdown of this mother who is completely torn by the fact that she will not be able to see her daughter before she lays her head down at night.
We're not stopping looking for your baby, okay?
I can't go to sleep without knowing she's okay. I have not heard from her. I would do anything! Why my baby? Why?
Over a period of
Oh my God. And the sad part about this all is that I'm pretty sure she probably blamed herself for leaving her too, and it's not her fault. You know, if I wasn't with that man, I wouldn't leave her, but like nobody asked for this to like happen, and whatever happened, like, oh my God. Oh my goodness, this is very emotional.
This might not be a missing child case. And so investigators have to reposition the way they're thinking. The case goes from where could Breasia have gone to where is her body?
Yeah.
Detectives still need more evidence
Bro,
to
it's
tie
time.
Dinkins to Breasia's disappearance.
It's time.
Nearly 2 weeks after DL's sister went missing, investigators meet with the 8-year-old once again.
So you know you're safe from your daddy, right? Yep. You know that everyone just wants to find where Breasia is, right? Including you, right? Yep. Let's talk about after dinner. What happened after dinner?
You had to go to bed.
So you locked the front door before you went to bed?
Yep.
So then what happened?
I woke up, he kicked me. Oh, and then I know that him and Will was walking down the stairs.
Was it light outside or dark outside?
Light.
And how do you know it was him and Bree?
Because I heard Bree's voice.
Where were you when you heard her voice?
In the bedroom,
In the
peeking.
bedroom. Why were you peeking? Was there something going on that you
Because I
were...
made sure he wasn't doing anything with my sister.
Was he doing anything to your sister? No?
We now have an eyewitness to Mr. Dinkins being responsible for removing Breasia from the apartment, which would counter Mr.
He
Dinkins' statements to
looks
law
suspicious.
enforcement.
Did your dad tell you not to say anything about something?
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me what your dad didn't want you to say?
Nothing.
Why are you getting mad at me?
I'm not.
Well, you are. Did your daddy say anything about the trailer?
He told me don't tell you out where the trailer's at.
Why did he not want us to know about it?
He was afraid. He said, if you tell anybody about trailer, I'm going to tear you up.
They started pulling video surveillance footage. We are able to start to put together a
Thank
timeline.
you.
He leaves at 3:30. He stopped at the quick shop to get gas in the early morning hours. He parks at the furthest gas pump. We see him go into the convenience
Ew.
store, and he kept looking back out into the parking lot as if he's monitoring what's going on in the car. He arrives back at the apartment right after sunrise. He gathers DL and leaves.
Where have you been then?
You tell me.
A place where he got stuck. There was dirt. He had to go.
He talks about some fishermen had helped push him out of the mud. When we find the location of Henry Dinkins' motorhome, it is by Credit Island Park. It has a causeway that goes out to the island. There is also an overflow lagoon area.
Where's the first place you guys went?
We went to go look for her and then he called
Where
Mama.
did you go look for her?
Everywhere.
Why don't you want to tell me where he took you?
We get limited phone ping from the Comanche,
This is
Iowa
crazy.
cell phone tower. In relation to Davenport, Iowa, it's in a whole nother county. Keep in mind, during that time is when Henry Dinkins was out looking everywhere for her.
I've seen you places with your dad, so I kind of know where you went. Do you remember your dad taking you to any type of store?
That's so creepy.
With that cell phone hitting there, that took law enforcement to the store where we got video. We have him buying Clorox at the Clinton Walmart. He gets there a little before 7 a.m. in the morning.
I'm just making sure I get this right. You saw your sister in the...
People ask me.
You were the key to finding your sister. You want to bring her home?
Yep, hashtag bring home.
When we return, what
Okay, oh my God, y'all. Oh my God, it's getting crazy. It's him, 100%. We know it's him. Now they just gotta find her. Oh my God, you got this man going like everywhere saying he looked for her. You're in another county. You're in there, the lagoon where it's mud. You got people, you getting stuck in areas where like mud is that he's saying he's looking for her. You're going to the store buying bleach. What are you cleaning? Your RV hidden. You got bleach in there with a knife. Oh my God. So many red flags, y'all. And got the nerve to say, why do they want to know like everything? Phew.
Really happened to Breasia Terell.
What happened to her?
They've got to figure out where her body is, because her body will give them all of the information.
How do
as to
people
what
like get
happened
away
to
with
her.
this stuff?
Was she murdered? Could this have been an accident?
This is a case that'll make you mad.
I know I blame me because
we blame you too.
Watch over. I know my baby mama is like furious at me. Like, I never seen her this mad at me, ever. But she got reasons.
Iowa investigators suspect sex offender Henry Dinkins had
Yes,
something to
thank
do
you,
with
sex
the
offender.
July 2020 disappearance of 10-year-old Breasia Terell, his son DL's half-sister. But a discovery 8 months into the investigation will change.
What they find, 'cause don't scare me.
The Davenport Police Department was contacted by the Clinton County Sheriff's Department in regarding to the discovery of human remains near DeWitt.
In March of 2021, a group of fishermen stumbled across a skull. There would have been so much overgrowth that no one could barely even see the pond, let alone a body. But after the winter, that's when this very horrific discovery was made.
An autopsy on the remains was conducted.
Please.
We've received confirmation that the remains are those of Breasia Terell.
DL had talked about how his father had gone to an area where it was wooded and there was water. There's a place called Kunow Implement that's out by the area of this pond, and that child described it, and he was right on the money.
She's shot in the lower part of her jaw, and then a bullet traveled down both her vertebrae in her spine, and then a bullet went through her right shoulder, and then another bullet likely grazed off of it. And then you can picture what you think a monster looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because a monster shot this little girl in the face.
Oh my God.
After they found...
Okay, I had to compose myself, y'all. I didn't think I was gonna cry like that. Oh my God. It's only with the, like, it's really sad cases. All these cases are sad and they always make me emotional. But this one is just, it's the ones with the kids that they're just so, it's so heartbreaking. It's like, I can only imagine. Like, I try to like not think about it, like what kids go through, what people go through right before they pass away or about to like get killed. It's like, it's very sad. And I didn't think I was gonna be crying through this video, y'all, but this is heartbreaking. The mother made me cry just knowing that she was like shot in the face. Oh my God, so young. My light really just died. The other light. This is what we doing. I'm okay with this, y'all. I'm okay with this light, yeah. But everything, is the battery going dead? Is that what it is? Oh yeah, it is. But yeah, I can finish it this way. But y'all, let's finish it. This is a crazy case.
They found her body. Miss Langford said that she went out there.
Oh.
And she just felt the presence of her daughter putting her arms around her and saying, "Mommy, you found me. I'm here. Everything's okay now."
Well, that's
now,
so sad.
detectives need
Well,
to
now
put
we
the
need
rest of
answers.
the pieces of the puzzle together.
Well, we got the answer
We have
already.
surveillance of him at different locations in his car, one of which was the Quick Stop gas station. That puts him in a certain location with Breasia because they believe her to be inside the car at the time.
Almost simultaneously, investigators get another huge break.
We got a phone call for you. Had some information that you want to share.
Who is that?
Tell me everything that you can possibly remember. My buddy was asking me that because I was over at his house last night. I said, "You know what's weird about them finding that body up there or whatever?" I said, "Last fall." And I said, "I can't remember the date." I said, "I pulled a black man out of the ditch there in the morning at 4:30 in the morning."
Law enforcement
That's the man
does
that put his
find
car
one
out.
Witness they believe
It's
can
all
place
there.
Henry Dinkins in the area of the murder.
What color was the car? Almost positive it was red. I can guarantee it was an Impala. So I got on the 4-lane and I went about a half mile around the corner.
That's just a done case.
Jumped out the road in front of me and waved his arms. He said he was stuck in a ditch. And asked if I could pull him out. So he got in my truck, I went down about another half mile. And there I see his car in the ditch. And it was towards the south end of that pond. His trunk was facing, he was skewed just a little bit off the edge of the ditch.
That was a critical piece of evidence because we had the chunks of mud that got caught up underneath the undercarriage of the vehicle that later then identified as being inclusive to soil samples that were collected from that area after her body was discovered.
I just spun around and backed up to him and I pulled him out. I asked him what the hell he was doing up here. Yeah, he said he made a wrong turn. Was there someone else in the truck? No.
This morning, Henry Earl Dinkins was charged in the death of 11-year-old Breasia Terell. Murder first degree, kidnapping first degree.
All the evidence seems to add up to the chilling conclusion that Henry Dinkins killed Breasia Terell. But why?
There was the belief that she was sexually abused, and that's why she was murdered. But the sex abuse offense was not charged. Because of the state of decomposition, there was no ability to be able to recover any type of DNA evidence.
In August 2023, Henry Dinkins is set to go to trial in front of a jury. But instead, he makes a surprising move.
I'm sorry. His face scared me.
And waiting for
that was a jump
the
scare.
clerks to, call in all the jurors. One of the court attendants comes up. She said, Ms. Cunningham, defense counsel needs to talk to you. Mr. Freeze said, Mr. Dinkins wants to waive jury trial. And I said, what?
Every person facing a criminal charge has the right to be tried by a jury of their peers, but that right can also be waived and they can ask for a bench trial. The jury would probably
He's a freaking jump
that sex
scare.
offender status and not think of anything else.
With the case now being decided by the judge, the trial of Henry Dinkins begins.
It was a normal evening. When Ms. Culberson went to sleep, she knew Mr. Dinkins was there in the living room on the couch. At 3 a.m. in the morning, she woke up.
Let me just say this before they get to this. Never have I ever wanted just a man to be put to death. Well, a lot of cases be wanting me to do that. But you know what? Since it's up to the judge, I pray they say death. Give this man what he deserves. You know, I don't even care if it's about race. I don't care.
Dinkins wasn't there.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be mine if it was about the race.
Now, at 3:30 a.m., she heard Mr. Dinkins very quietly come up into the apartment. He collects something from the closet, and then he leaves. Somewhere around 5:45, Mr. Dinkins returns to the apartment. Where's Breasia? There's no Breasia.
There was so much detail in this investigation, and everything was about timelines and videos and stuff. I said, what we've got to do is we've got to make everything very visual.
The evidence in this case is overwhelming, and the conclusions are clear. The child was taken from that apartment by a man who was not her father. She was sexually assaulted, and then that child was murdered. And based on all of this, the state is asking you to find Mr. Dinkins guilty of murder and kidnapping in the first degree.
The state calls Andrea Culberson, Dinkins' former live-in girlfriend, to the stand. She was there the night Breasia disappeared.
After you fell asleep, was there any point in the night that you woke up?
It was like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I kind of glanced over, so I saw that she was not there.
What did you do next?
First thing I did was try to call him. It rang and it went to voicemail. And then like a half hour later, I hear a key. And then heard someone softly coming up the stairs. When I saw him, he had on a whole different outfit. And I was like, what's going on? Where are you going? What's going on? And he's like, I'll be back. And it just seemed weird to me.
And was Mr. Dinkins offering any explanation at all?
No.
What went through your mind?
Besides my stomach ripping to pieces, a lot of things. Fear, anger, confusion.
Then, the prosecution's star witness takes the stand. Breasia's half-brother DL, who's now 11 years old. He recounts accompanying his father the morning Breasia disappeared.
Henry came back and got you, and you guys went out to
You can't even look up.
Impala. Once you got into that vehicle, where do you go?
Walmart.
When Henry got back to the Impala, did he have anything with him?
Bleach.
So after you left Walmart, is that when you went to...
I was wondering why. I'm like, this better not sound like a child, but it's 2023. Little kids' voices get deep so quick.
Dirt road?
Yes.
Did anybody get out of the car at that time?
Henry.
I'll be looking directly at him too.
Or bleach. Buy some bushes.
The prosecution was able to cherry pick some consistent statements to say, this is what happened. This is what he saw. Henry Dinkins was trying to destroy evidence.
But during cross-examination, DL drops a bombshell.
What do you recall?
Us three there.
At the location where Breasia was killed?
Yes.
You didn't testify to that today, right?
Yes.
Because that's not true, right?
If you say it's not true.
I'm asking you.
What?
I guess.
Either you were there when she was killed or you weren't.
I said, I guess.
I don't accept that answer, sir.
I was there. Damn.
Your testimony today is you saw Henry Dinkins shoot your sister.
Yes.
For the defense, DL goes up there and says, I saw Henry Dinkins shoot Breasia, where it was completely impossible based on the investigation. That helped the defense.
Isn't it true that you only come up with this story after you heard someone else talk about it?
No.
You didn't overhear police or your mom talking about how Breasia was killed and come up with this story?
I talk about what I saw, not what they talk about, what I saw.
Okay.
Not them.
My perception was that the child got mad and said that because he was angry at defense. And I think everybody in the courtroom who was watching it, nobody believed that the child saw that.
You're angry at your father, right?
Yes.
You're angry at your father because you think he hurt your sister, right?
Yes.
And you're here today to offer testimony to make sure that he's held accountable for doing that, right?
Yes.
And you're going to say whatever you need to say to make sure that happens, aren't you?
Yes.
Ugh.
Dinkins' defense focused on the lack of physical evidence tying him to the crime.
Moving on to the RV that was found there, was Breasia Terell's DNA located anywhere that you tested?
Yes, there was one item where when I compared Miss Terell, her DNA did match, and this was a pair of underwear from inside a plastic bag. Blood and semen were not detected on that item.
Other than that DNA that was discovered in that plastic bag, Miss Terell's DNA is found nowhere on the items that you tested, right?
I did not have any support for inclusion for Miss Terell.
As far as, blood evidence within the car and blood evidence on any of those things, no, we didn't find it. Would you like to have more physical evidence? Absolutely you would.
On Mr. Dinkins' person, no DNA of Miss Terell was located, correct?
Correct.
And on any clothing that was taken from Mr. Dinkins, there was no DNA from
This
Miss Terell.
is so crazy.
Miss Terell was excluded from the one stain that I sent on for DNA testing. That is correct.
When they found her skeletal remains and the clothing, there was an area on her little black shorts to show discoloration as if Clorox was poured there. Clorox or bleach destroys DNA. You tie that into DL's testimony, into the fact that he traveled 30-some miles away to buy Clorox. That tells its own story. The problem is we can't come out and definitively say that it was bleach because it had been out in the elements.
It didn't make sense, at least in the defense's eyes. How could this man be so sophisticated to basically hoodwink law enforcement and there be no forensics found?
I'll just cut right to the chase. Every item that you tested, there was no bleach found on any of it, right?
Correct.
I think that withstanding a foot of snow and a couple rainstorms, I think that is more than enough to remove any sort of resemblance of bleach.
They want you to decide this case on emotion. They want you to decide the case with cameras and media in the courtroom. All the officers sitting here rather than this circumstantial evidence case that they want you to believe. Are you totally convinced that Henry Dinkins committed these crimes? Are you firmly and fully satisfied that the evidence that's been presented before you is enough to say that Henry Dinkins committed these crimes?
For the defense, it came down to the precision of cleaning probably not just one, but multiple crime scenes, that no evidence could be found in this short window.
Could be because of the
Henry
bleach.
supposedly driving from place to place, grabbing his son DL and driving around some more as he destroyed evidence.
This is not a whodunit. This is who proved it. Reasonable doubt is all over this case, and there's only one verdict here.
Surprisingly, the defense calls no witnesses.
I actually don't know how they could do those jobs. I just, looking at him, I cannot represent that man. I'm sorry, I know it's their job, I just cannot. I pray to God he was found guilty. Please let this man found guilty and let him get bent over in prison.
Dinkins exercises his right not to testify.
They made it very, very clear that they were not trying to put forward an alternate theory in this case.
Because if they would have went to like a juror, he would have
didn't
100%.
Nearly 2 weeks after the trial, the judge issues his verdict. Guilty on all counts.
When the judge rendered the verdict, it was obviously the best serving of justice for one of the most horrible things that human beings will probably observe. And I was happy for Aisha to be able to have the closure that she had been waiting for.
Mr. Dinkins, it's unconscionable that you would take such actions to murder a 10-year-old child who was entrusted to your care. It's very clear to this court that you have no conscience or remorse for your actions. This history, coupled with the horrific nature of these offenses against his own child's sister, requires that this defendant be removed from society for the protection of society. It is the judgment and sentence of this court that you be committed to the custody of the Iowa Department of Corrections for the rest of your natural life without the possibility of parole.
Get him out.
Closure doesn't exist here in this case. Justice doesn't exist here in this case. You didn't just take away my baby's life, you took away everything from me. My family's sense of security, lives, health, and potential. You took my baby girl from me and just gunned her down like she was nothing and left her and never said a word at all.
Aisha, the damage to her soul, the damage to both of the boys, the damage to the grandmother's soul, they'll never overcome it. The question being, how do they adjust? And the real worry is DL. I mean, my gosh, an 8-year-old child, this child has lost his sister and his father murdered her. How does a child come to terms with that?
I thought hearing you get a life sentence with no possibility of parole will help me sleep at night, and it just doesn't. Whatever you get won't be enough because he's understanding and forgiveness will never come.
Oh, y'all, this justice was definitely served. He deserved death, and I hope he's getting got up in prison. I hope he's already gotten got, but I hope he get got. Y'all know what I'm talking about, to the little pedophiles. This was so sad. I really did not expect it to hit me in that manner, but this was very emotional. No child deserved to be killed. Nobody deserved that. And I'm 100% sure he sexually assaulted her too. I just know he essayed her. I'll say that, essayed. I know he did. He just looked nasty. And the history, just everything. I really wish the mom would not have let her stay over there. In that case, let the boy stay with her. Their house don't even look like they have what my child would need to stay there. Just red flags throughout all of this. It's so sad she wouldn't be able to see her child again. That's 10 years old. Nobody deserves that. And yeah, this one hit me hard. I don't know why. It's because the child. It's always the kids that get me. And when the cases are so dark, And the fact that she was shot in the face, oh my God, that's so gruesome. Execution. And it's like, I just can't imagine what she was going through. His, I don't even know what I wrote. What did I write on these notes, y'all? Because I was writing some notes. I had a feeling it was him. I actually thought they was gonna pull a swerve and had like somebody else come in the mix. But the fact that he was throwing the red flags everywhere, you should have saw at the beginning he was acting weird. He was over here like, why y'all blaming me? Parking away from the police station, hiding text messages, driving everywhere. It's like the red flags was there, and I wouldn't have noticed it if I was like trying to worry about your child. But it's like, sir, you're the number one prime suspect. You're the last one with her. Then I'm over here like, where's the girlfriend? But she didn't know anything either. Yeah, this was crazy. Kudos to the boy, and I feel bad that you got lawyers who try to question kids like that, knowing that I know it's their job, but they act like the kids are stupid. Yes, he says she murdered her because he wanted him put away, and it's sad because he knew this. Obviously, he wasn't there, but it's like he hated his father and he took his sister. So yeah. Yeah, no matter what, if y'all was married or together and that was her stepdad before, that's not her stepdad now. And she should not have gone. I just wouldn't, I don't care. If we're not together, you're not keeping my child. But it's not the mom's fault. I do not blame that mom. Yeah, when she started crying, y'all, that hit me so bad. I just cannot imagine. And also, with the weapons, when they found a gun, I didn't even know that. When they said knife, I was thinking a knife, not a freaking machete. I pray to God he didn't like cut her up or something, but I got a feeling he did. And the fact that his team that he hired, the only defense they had was like the cleaning. But bro bought bleach. He could have cleaned everything. And then over 8 months, yeah, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be there. So yeah, this was a lot. And this was actually a very emotional and sad case, y'all. And the little boy, he remembers so much. Kudos to him, because without him, I don't think they would have got it. Like, he knew everywhere they went. The fishing spot. Then it tied up to where she was found, and then where the mechanic went to help him. Just everything tied up eventually, but this was very emotional. Oh my God. I'm definitely doing some more cases, and Breasia Terell, she didn't deserve this. She was too young, taken too soon. Yeah, oh my God. I didn't even hear about this when this came out, so I'm just so sad. Y'all, emotions aside, justice was if he would have went to the I think he probably did without a trial, because he would have been found guilty. He thought this was going to be a better thing because the judge decided, no, dude, they would have got you anyway. At that, they should have went for death penalty. But I'm pretty sure, I feel like these cases where there's like no DNA found, or like, that he actually killed her, because they got all the evidence of her, them going. They got a lot of evidence, but like physical evidence other than her body. And since it's been decayed, because if she was here and they found her body, I'm pretty sure they would have found DNA all over her. He would have had death penalty 100%, 100%. We don't like child killers. So yeah, I am definitely doing more. I like the longer cases because I can actually. It's like getting the emotional side to it. It's like it's necessary and it's needed because it wakes me up. I feel like I would be a protective mother. I wouldn't even want my child, daughter or son, to be with a man I'm not with anymore. No. Like you're not gonna be with him. You're not even gonna have contact with my child. I'm sorry, even if we're friends. I don't like that. It's weird. And like I said at the beginning, the fact that he has a record, he was a 17-year-old child, and he had a criminal charge of sexual assault of a 5-year-old. Bro, he's a pedo. Like, you're a major pedo. The fact that he was able to even get a girl, they obviously didn't know about his past. But Yeah, no, this would not have happened. I cannot. It's, you know what? And there's so many cases like this. Somebody said, I saw in the comments, they're tired of step parents killing kids that's not theirs. I was like, 100%, these children are not yours. Who gives you the right to like essay somebody's child? Who gives you the right to murder somebody else's child, to kidnap somebody else's child, and to lie to the parents' face to face, make them look stupid, make the cops look stupid, go on a whole run looking stupid, trying to hide everything, go to court, act like you did not do it, still say not guilty. The audacity, all the evidence, and still stick by your story until they say you're guilty, not even looking up the whole time because you can't look at their face. Everybody knew it was you, bro. You got what you deserved. And this was one for the books for me. This was definitely emotional. And yeah, I think I said enough, y'all. I gave my points throughout this. This was justice, and I'm happy they found her. I really didn't think they was gonna find her body. I'm so happy they found her. At least they can do that. The little girl can rest. She didn't deserve this. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.